Alright, let's do star algebra 1 TSI Alex 070620 149B 122 to 149. Alright, let's solve these guys here. Alright, if g of x is this, you need to graph this. So easiest way to do this is with your graphing calculator. So let's do that right now. Alright, first, Windows. It's okay right there, set them. Go Y, clear everything is there. Clear. And now let's put this one right here. So -2 parentheses x minus 2 close parentheses plus 8 square. Okay, so now does it look like that? -2x with that squared plus 8. Yes. Hit graph. Draws it for you. Do a trace. You can start getting points in there if you want to. Okay. Anyway, so now here's a graph. 0, 0, 4, 0, 2, 8. Those are points on the graph. This is a vertex. This is the x-intercept. This is the y-intercept. Another x-intercept. Also, domain. -infinity to infinity. Range is from -infinity to 8. From -infinity to 8. So domain, range starts right there. And x-axis of symmetry is x equals 2. X-intercepts are 0, 0 and 4, 0. Y-intercept is 0, 0. Vertex is 2, 8. And it's a max. And it's increasing from right there. And it's decreasing from there. Increasing, decreasing. Alright, solve this. Inequality. So at 9, this 4x is bigger than 12, divide by 4, so x is bigger than 3, x is bigger than 3, or 3 to infinity. And don't include the number 3. Evaluate this formula with this number here. So put -1 in it for the x's. -1 squared is -1 is 1. That's 3. That turns out is -3. Brings it down. So 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 plus 7 is 7, or -1 comma 7 as a point. Alright, this one. Use the rational zero theorem to find all the zeros of a polynomial function. There it is. Look at the last number, or the first number, plus or minus 35. All these break down. 35, 7, 5, 5. So we have plus or minus 35, 7, plus 5. So we're going to try -1 in there. -1 is synthetic division. Copy the number, copy the number, copy the number, copy the number. That turns out is -1. 3 minus 1 is 2. That turns out minus 2, right? That's -35. That turns out negative is positive 35, so it's 0 remainder. So that means that is one of the answers. So now let's try another number, 5, from here. Synthetic division, 1 has numbers. So bring the 1 down. That turns out 5. 7, 5 times 35. 35 minus 35 is 0. So we're left with 1 and 7. 1x plus 7, change it, equals 0. Minus 7 minus 7, so x is -7. So we have the answers are, we have this answer, and this answer. So the three answers are -1, 5, and -7 using synthetic division. Solve for the equation the complex numbers. Alright, a, b, and c coefficients right there. Put them in the formula, quadratic formula. So negative is positive, -12, -12, 144, minus 208, 208. -64. Now, formula. Square -1 is I, -2 is -4 is 2i, square -25, 5i, all these examples. So, square -64 is going to be 8i. Divided by 2, divided by 2. So that's going to be 6 plus or minus 4i, or 6 plus 4i, 6 minus 4i. Solve the inequality. Minus 19, this is gone. So you have -4x less than or equal to. Now divide by -4. Divide by a negative, turn the alligator around. So x is greater than or equal to 4. Negative by negative is positive. Including the 4 to infinity. Evaluate 125 to the 2/3 power. Let's do primes first. 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 13, so on. 5 divides it, 5 divides it, 5 divides it. So 125 is 5 times 5 times 5. Or 125 is 5 cubed. So put this in here, rewrite it. This is 5 cubed. About 3 over 1 times this. So multiply the two powers. 3 over 1 times this is going to be 6 over 3. Divide that is going to be 2. 5 to the 2 means 5 times 5 is 25. Find f composite g, f circle g of x, means f of g of x, we write it, and g of x is this one. So this one goes in right here. So 5 times 4x plus 1. 5 times 4 is 20x plus 1. So, and the domain is negative infinity to infinity. F of x, g of x, g circle f, g of f of x. F of x is this one, and this one goes inside the other one now. So 4 times this is 20x plus 4, so there's the answer. Domain is negative infinity to infinity. Alright, so now we have f of x, g of x again, f circle f. So f of x means 5x plus 1, inside of itself 5x plus 1. So 5 times 5x plus 1 plus 1. So that turns that, add the numbers together, 25x plus 6. So, and the domain is what? Negative infinity to infinity. F composite with f. G composite with g, g circle g of x. So g of x, so g of x is this one, inside of itself. So 4 times 4x, 4 times that, 16x. So domain, negative infinity to infinity. This graph, this exponential function, 2 to the power of x plus 4. Some numbers, there's probably negative 6 in there, so negative 6 and that's going to be negative 2. 2 to the negative 2, rewrite it as 1 over 2 squared, and that's going to be 2 times 2, so 1 over 4 is the answer. Negative 5 next. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 1. 2 to the negative 1, rewrite it as 1 over 2 to the 1 power, and that's going to be 1 over 2, done. To the negative 4, 4 minus 4 is 0, any number to 0 is 1, as long as it's not a 0 there. To the negative 3 plus 4 is 1, 2 to the 1, just 2. Negative 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 to the 2 is 2 times 2 is 4. So we have the points. And now, notice also, f of 0 is 0 plus 4 is 4. 2 is 16. So y-intercept is 0, 16. Okay? Right there, 0, 16. And now, we have our points. We put them in there. So we have a negative 6 is a fourth. And at negative 5 is a half, and at negative 4 is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 up 1, right here, and at negative 3 is up 2, and negative 2 is up 4, and then also at 0, 16 way over there somewhere, so it's going this way, up. So, domain negative infinity, range is 0 to infinity, negative infinity domain, range. Horizontal asymptote, y equals 0, in other words, goes below this. And the y's intercept is 0 and way over there, 16. Can you put it in the calculator? Sure, let's do that right now. Okay. Alright, let me get my machine. So y is 2 to the power of parentheses x plus 4. X plus 4, close it, should be good. Let's do it. It goes low, up. From here, goes up, like that. Do a trace if you want to, get some numbers. 0, 16 says way up there somewhere. Go to the left, you get more numbers. Okay. Alright. Next one. Graph, another graph. There's a formula, put the numbers in, negative 2. And 5 times 1, 6 to the negative 2. 6 is the same thing as 6 to the negative 1. Negative is positive. And that's going to be 2. And that's going to be 6 times 6. So 5 times 6 times 6, 180. Next one. Negative 1. Negative 1, 6 to the negative 1. Rewrite this one. Negative is positive. 6 to the 1 is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. This is the next number. 0. Put a 0. That number to the 0 is 1. 1 times that is 5. Put a 1 in there. To the 1 to that is going to be 5 times 1, 6 is 5 over 6. And on the next page, 5 to the 2 is going to be 1 over 6 to the second. 1 over 6, 1 over 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 6 is 36. So it's going to be 5 over 36. We have the points. Put them in the graph. So let's see. A negative 2, 180, way over there somewhere. Negative 1, 180, way over there somewhere. At 0 and up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there it is, and it's also the y-intercept. At 1, 5 sixes, at 2, and then it just goes this way. Decrease. Domain negative infinity, range is from 0 to infinity. Domain negative infinity, that way. Horizontal asymptote right there, 0. Again, doesn't go below that. And the y-intercept is at 0 and what? Up 5. Do it in the calculator? Sure, let's do that right now. Alright, let's put it in the calculator. That one. So we're going to go 5 parentheses 1 divided by 6 divided by 6 to the power of x. Is that it? Yep. This is the graph. And it's going, there you go. So it goes up, back down. This way you can do a trace if you want to. 0 and 5 right there. And keep going to the right, keep going to the left if you want to. Okay. Percentage of patients P who survive after initial diagnosis of a certain disease, whatever that disease is modeled by this. P of t equals 100, 0.2 to the t bar. Find P of 3. After 3 years, what happens to the patients? So P of 3 is this. Put 3 in there. Use a calculator to get this. And I'll show you how to do that in a calculator. Sure, why not? Alright. So 100 parentheses 0.2 to the power of, what is it? 3. And enter. It's 0.8. So after 3 years, a little bit less, 1 patient's left, almost. Everybody else is gone. 20% of the patients survive 1 year after initial diagnosis. After each year passes, 20% of the previous year survivors have survived. Only 20%. Use a graphing calculator, which we just did. The function can be used to find the number of milligrams D of a certain drug that is in a patient's bloodstream H 8 hours after the drug has been administered. How many milligrams will be present after 1 hour, after 5 hours? Alright, use the calc. So D of H is this. So it says find D of 1. Calculator, of course. So let's see. We have 7. I'm going to go second, ln, see the little e function, parentheses, and we need, what do we need? We need negative 0.28 times 1, close it, enter. Alright, so put this formula, put the number in there, second ln, we get 5.29048, so on. Round it to 5.29. So now the other one, D of 5, what happens to 5 hours? Second, enter. You see the thing again, the function? Put a 5 in there this time. Okay. So now hit enter. You're going to get 1.7261. 1.7261 and all these other numbers. Or round it out to 1.73. Solve using the quadratic formula. Okay. ABC. Put them in there. Quadratic formula. And that's going to give you 36, 160, 196, squared in 196, 14. 60, 2 divides it, so it's 3 plus or minus 7, 3 plus 7, 3 minus 7, that's going to be 10, or it's going to be a negative 4. Find the amount of results from the given investment. You have $200 invested at 6%, compounded quarterly, 4 times, after a period of 3 years. So, here's the numbers, here's the compound formula. We're going to put all these numbers in the formula like this. So we're going to end up with 200 this to the power. Let's do that in the calculator. So we're going to have 200 parentheses 1 plus 0.06 divided by 4 to the power of 12. So we ended up with 239.12363, all these other numbers. Rounded off to what? $239.12. Solve the system's equation by elimination. Elimination means get rid of one of the letters. Multiply by 3, multiply by 1. These numbers right here. So that's going to give you 9x minus 3y equals this. 5x plus 3, look at that. Add them straight down. This is 14, that's 0. That's 42. 14x is this. Divide by 14, so 3. So I know one answer, x is 3. Now, put this back up here. So substitute. 3 times 3 is 9. And 9 minus 9, these are gone. So you have negative y equals this. Divide by negative 1, so y equals 4. So 3 and what? 4 is the answer for that. Part 1. Another way. Solve the system equations. Substitution. Let's solve one of these for the letter. Let's get this one and solve it for y. So minus 3x, 1 getting y equals this. Multiply by 81, so y is this. We're going to put this back where? On the other one. So 5x plus 3 times this, that's going to be negative 15, 9x, this is 14x minus that, and then add 15, add 15. 14x is 42, divide by 14, 14 to 3, so x equals 3. Put it back in the formula up there. 3 times that is 9 minus that, minus 9 minus 9, negative y equals negative 4. Multiplied by negative 1, so y equals 4. So 3, 4, again is the answer. Solved by what? Substitution. Alright, solved by graphing. Okay, the first one, this one here, minus 3x, negative y equals this, multiplied by negative 1. So we're going to have y equals negative 5 plus 3x, or rewrite it, y equals 3x minus 5. Okay, other one, solve this one for y. So minus 5x, 3y equals this, divide by 3 by 3 by 3, y equals 9 minus 5 over 3, or y equals negative 5 over 3x plus 9. So now these two right here, I'm going to put them in the graphing calculator and see what we get. Okay, so let's put the first one, 3x minus 5. So 3x minus 5 graph. There's one line, that one. So now let's put the other line. Let's put parentheses negative 5 divided by 3 parentheses x plus 9, hit graph. There it goes. Put a trace. See it, get up there, up there, and then we're gonna get really close to 3 and 4. Round them up. 3, 4. So there's a lines, that line right there is going to be what? 3, 4 by graphing. Alright, solve by elimination. So multiply this by negative 2 and 1, that times that gives you this. So now add them straight down. We have 0 plus 0, 0 is not equal to negative 11, never. So that means no solution. That means it's this parallel lines are not going to intersect. The system is inconsistent. Parallel lines, they never intersect. That's fine. Next one. Part 2, same thing, by substitution. We'll solve this one up here for y. So minus 3x, y equals this. Rewrite it. We're going to substitute this back in the other one. So 6x plus 2 times this. 6x minus 6x plus that. That's going to be 8. Subtract 8. 0 equals not equal to negative 11. Never. No solution. The system is inconsistent. Parallel lines, again, they never intersect. No solution for this. Alright, so this is an equation by graphing. So let's solve this for y. So we're going to go minus 3x, y equals this. Y equals negative 3x plus 4. The other one, this one, is minus 6x minus 6x. Divided by 2, y equals negative 3 halves x, or y equals negative 3 halves x minus 3 halves. Now here's the first and second graph. Let's put them in the machine and graph these and see what they look like. That one. So we have negative 3x plus 4 and hit graph. There we go. Alright, now the other one, this one, it's going to be that one right there. So it's going to be negative 3x minus 3 halves fraction, 3 divided by 2. Little minus sign, big minus sign, and hit graph. Parallel lines. Yep, they're next to each other, but do they intersect? No, they don't intersect anywhere. So, parallel lines means that they're not going to intersect. There's going to be no solution there, no intersection. Parallel lines, no solution, no intersection ever. Alright, next one. Solve the system of equations by elimination. Let's see. So multiply by dividing 5 across, we get these. And straight down, 27 equals this. Divide by 27, so 3. Put it back in the other one. 2 times 3 is 6 minus that. Minus 6 minus 6, so you get this. Divide by 85, so y equals 1. So we have 3 and 1 by elimination. Substitution. Solve one of these for y. So let's do this one. Minus 5x, y equals 16 minus that. Y equals negative 5x plus 16. So there's, we're going to substitute this in there, in here, up there. So negative 5 times that, negative 5 times that. We have 22x, 25x in that, 27 minus 80. Add 80, so 27x equals 81. Divide by 27, do 27, x is 1. Put a 3 in there, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 minus that is that. So minus 6, so negative 5 equals that. So divide by that, 1. So we have 3 and 1 by substitution. Alright, so now we're going to have to do solve the system by equations by graphing. So let's solve this one for y. So minus 5x, these are gone. Y equals 16 minus 5x. So y equals negative 5x plus 16. Over here, the other one. Minus 2x, negative 5y equals that. Divided by negative 5 all the way across. So y equals negative 1/5 x. 1/5, 2/5 x. Rewrite it. Y equals 2/5 x minus 1/5. So we have this one, we have this one. Perpendicular. Alright, so let's put this in our calculator here. So let's see, not perpendicular, it just crosses. Put in the first one, negative 5x plus 16, is that it? Yep, hit graph. There's a line. Now this one, second one, we're going to have 2 divided by 5 x minus parentheses 1 divided by 5, close it, and hit graph. And there it is, it crossed somewhere. So do a trace, and the number, where's my trace here? There it goes. Looks like it's close to 3, 3 and 1, close to 3, 1. 3, 1 right there. Alright, solve the systems of equations by elimination. Multiply this one by negative 45, this one by 1, create a cross, you get this. Straight down, so this is going to be negative 35 plus 0 equals this. Negative 35 divided there, negative 35 there is 100. So I know one answer is 100. Put it back in here, the other one. 100 plus y is this, 100 plus y minus 100, so y equals 100. So 100 commas 100 is the numbers for the x and the y. Solve the system by elimination. There's the original problem, multiply negative 5 and 4 across. You're going to get these numbers here. Now add them straight down. This is going to be negative 9, that's going to be 0. That's going to be 25, negative 25.11. Divide by negative 9, so b equals 2.79. Now, I know one answer. Put it back up here. 5 times that is this, plus that, subtract 13.5, 13.95. So 4e equals 5.56, divided by 4, so e equals 1.39. Now, that's what b, that's what e is. Now, find the value of the sum. What is 4b's plus 4e's? Well, put the numbers in here. 4 times that is this, 4 times that is that. Add those together, so that's 16.72. So b is this, e is this. And what is the value of 4b plus 4e? It's going to be those number and that number together is going to be 16.72. Write down the first 5 terms. There's a sequence. 7 times 1 is that, 7 times 2 is that, 7 times 3 is that, 7 times 4 is that, 7 times 5 is that. That's it. Graph. Okay, here's the original problem. Let's rewrite it. Let's solve for y. Minus x divided by negative. So here, divide by negative 2. So y is this, or rewrite it as this. Now, this right here, if you put 0 in there, that's going to be 0 minus 2, negative 2. If you put a 4 in there, 4 times that, 4 over 2, that's going to be 2 minus 2, 0. So 0, negative 2, 4, 0. 0, negative 2, and 4, 0. 2 spots. Now, is the graph here or here? The way you find it out is get a number down here, like 0, negative 4 is in here. So I'm going to put this numbers back and check it in the original problem up there. So 0 minus 2 times that. Negative is positive. 0 plus that is 8. Is 8 bigger than or equal to 4? Yes, it is. So that means the graph goes this way, including the line. Use synthetic division to find the quotient and remainder. So here's a problem. Write it down. 1, 8 minus 8, 4. 4 goes in here, opposite of that. So now 1 goes here. 4 times 1 is 4. 12. That times 48. 40. That times that is 160. That's 64 remainder. So it's going to be x squared plus 12x plus 40. And the remainder is what? 164 over divided by, what was it? X minus 4 right there. There's the answer. Cube root of this. So divide 3 into this power, 3 into this power. 3 divides 3 divides this. So 3 divides this, 3 divides this, 4, x4, y2. This one. Square both sides. Square this, so that's going to be 2x minus 1 equals 49. Plus 1 plus 1, 2x is 50. Divide by 2, so x is 25. Check it. That 2 times 25 is 50 minus 1 is 49. And that's going to be 7 equals 7. Yes, it works. That's the answer. All right, this one. This is a 1 power, just rewrite it. So that times that, multiply the powers. So that's 4 to the negative 3, 5 to the negative 3. But negative exponents, rewrite it with this formula. So that means that this one goes here, that one goes there. So now I have 5 to the third, 4 to the third, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 125 over 64. Another negative exponent. So let's put a 1 there. So that multiply the powers, that times that, that times that. 6 to the negative 2, x to the negative 4. And rewrite it as this on the bottom and 1 on top. And 6 times 6, and that's going to be 1 over 36x to the 4 using that formula. Another one. This is okay, except this one we have to rewrite it as down here. So now we have x6, x5, these numbers. So subtract the little number from there, 5 from the 6, and we can take and add these numbers here, 6 and 5. So 1 over x11 and y1. That's it, we're done. Yeah, so 1 is on top because we wrote it. What's left over? That right there. All right, one more, 2 more regulars. All right, 1, 1, 1 in there, multiply the powers, you're going to get these. Negative powers, rewrite them. This goes there, that goes on top. And 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3 is going to be 64, x 24, and 27, y 6. Down with 149 regulars. That's some bonus for you guys. Bonus, extra. Write an equation of a line that goes through 2 points. And after you find the equation through there, a new point, I'm going to say, what is m if 5 comma m is a new point on that line? Well, let's find the line first. 2-point formula. There it is. So now put the numbers in. So minus 44 minus that, x minus x1. So that's going to be 44 minus that is negative 64. By that is going to be 32. 32 times that is 32x. That times that, negative 32. Bring the 44 down. Now add 44. So we ended as y equals what? 32x plus 12. There's the formula. But my question is, a new point. What happened? What is m? If you put 5 in there for the x, what is the y going to be? All right. So if you put the number in there, 5 times that is 160 plus that. So the answer is going to be what? 172. So if you put 5 in there on this formula, you're going to get what? 172. And one more bonus, 149.2. If y varies directly as x, find a constant of variation k and the direct variation equation for the situation. So suppose you work 20 hours somewhere, some restaurant or whatever it is, and you make $145. 20 hours, you make $145. So now y equals kx. Y varies directly as x means y equals kx. There's a formula. I know that y is what? 145, and x is what? 20. So k times 20, 20k. Divide by 20, divide by 20. So k equals 7.25. So that means you're making $7.25 an hour because you don't have a degree, but you still can make money, minimum wage in Texas. So minimum wage now, so y equals 7.25x. There's our formula. In fact, let me highlight that a little bit. Here's a formula, and here's a constant for a constant. Find a constant variation is this, and the equation right there is right there. And that's it. Think about it. Minimum wage per hour in Texas right now, no degree, you don't need a degree, you get $7.25 an hour. So if you work 20 hours, you get this. You work more hours, you get more money. All right, man. Good luck. Thank you. Bye. Good luck, guys.